Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Ultima Final Fantasy, the ultimate Final Fantasy trading card game podcast. I am Joe.
I am Caleb.
And today, we're going to have a short one for you, probably. We are going to be talking about the somewhat beloved, in certain circles, Final Fantasy media that is the Final Fantasy trading card game.
Yeah, so this thing came out a while ago, and I heard about it. Joe bought a couple packs, and then they sat on my shelf for years and years. And then we finally, it was our Bravely second review. I brought it down, and we played a couple rounds down in Cedar City. Played a couple rounds here today. I feel like we got the hang of these two particular decks with these particular cards.
Yeah, this game, sort of.
Yeah. We did figure out one rule today in like our last game we played that we weren't really doing, so that was fun. But
yeah, that could have turned around some games for me in the past.
Yeah.
Maybe even for you too, but your cards are stronger than mine.
Yeah,
in terms of the attacks.
I think the 12 deck might be, I mean, I would say it's superior, but I lost more than I won, so maybe not.
Yeah, so we played 7 rounds. We did 2 rounds of 3, and then I was like, well, now that he won today, and then I won when we played at my place in Cedar City. And I was like, let's do a tiebreaker. And I won the tiebreaker. So I think it's fair to say that I'm the best Final Fantasy trading card player that I know.
Yeah, that's ever existed. And how are you going to dispute it? Because you don't know anyone that's played it. Yeah.
we had, I think we had a guest or two on this show that had played the game, and they were like, hey, if you're ever in this place, come over and play the trading card game, and that just never happened.
Yeah.
So, thank you for offering, but...
How betrayed do you think Crenitol is going to feel when we go on a trip with him when we don't bring these?
That's a good point, yeah. Crenitol is... By the way, anybody listening to this, if you're in the Washington, Oregon, Northern Idaho, Western Montana area, and you want to go to Metallica with us, message me immediately.
Yeah.
On Discord.
Yeah, we'll pick you up along the way.
Yeah, we'll take you there along the way. We're camping for half a week, and then we're going to be in Seattle for 3 days.
Yeah. So if you want to get sick of us forever, right as we're finishing this, then you can.
It's me, Caleb, Crenitol, and my wife. So
yeah, it was going to be Jake, but Jake is
going to be Jake.
Problems.
It was going to be Drew.
Yeah.
I was hoping someone else would hop on, and it would be like the cheapest Seattle trip ever. And that did not happen. So now we're camping for a lot of it because definitely didn't expect the prices in that area to be as heavy as they are, hotel-wise.
Yeah, I'm all right camping because I want to do a lot of the outdoor stuff up there anyway. So
yeah, they have 3 national parks. I'm probably going to see all 3.
Yeah, so I got to get my pins, man. Into that idea now.
I've been collecting national parks pins and national monument pins.
I only have monuments right now. Okay. I've got the Goot, I've got Montezuma, and then I have the Dino one.
Nice.
The Dinosaur National Monument.
Nice. I've been to Dinosaur National Monument like 3 times, and I still don't have the pin. I need to go again to get the fucking pin.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. We tried to do one of the hikes, but like 2 minutes in, one of my kids tripped and like just destroyed his elbow, and like he was bleeding like kind of a lot, but then it was after we cleaned it up, it was totally fine.
Oh.
So I almost did something out there, but
nice.
It's pretty cool though how they at Dino National Monument, they just like straight up built the building into the rock and are like, yeah, we're just gonna build it around the rock thing that's cool, and that's what we'll do.
When I was a kid and I visited there, it was like legendary, basically. It's just like a whole wall of bones, just entire wall of bones, and then there were these hikes where you could see other little bones.
Yeah.
And that was cool. And then seeing like the petroglyphs, or pictographs, I don't know what they are. In in the rock on the drives and just the desolation of the landscape over there. It's pretty like brutal area in terms of like it's hot and it's rocky and there's no vegetation and it's, I don't know. I thought it was so cool when I was a kid.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
It was that, and then Cleveland Lloyd Dinosaur Quarry was closer, so we went there more often, my dad and I. So my dad would take me. And that's a pretty similar one. They have the little museum. There's some hikes. It's in the middle of the San Rafael Swell, which is a really cool area geologically in the state of Utah. And it's kind of the same. You look down and there's just tons of bones in this pit. And there's like every time I've gone, there's been college students from University of Utah, like paleontologists, like working in the pit.
Oh, nice.
And there's like a viewing stairway. And then, the museum's cool. There was a bunch of Allosauruses that were found there. And so Allosaurus became my favorite dinosaur when I was a kid. So they're both really cool spots if you're into dinosaurs. And then you can talk about dinosaurs and volcanic activity in the state of Utah and just watch my wife's eyes glaze over.
Yeah.
As I talk for the 90th time about how, did you know that the volcano over there is still active?
Yeah.
My favorite subject. Yeah. Every time I bring someone new in the area.
Yeah. Down near
down where I'm at.
Cedar Hills, Cedar Breaks.
Cedar City.
Isn't it near Breaks though?
Oh yeah.
The actual rubble from it. It's kind of crazy because it's just giant black boulders everywhere.
Yeah.
It's like, God damn, how big was this explosion?
And I just can't believe, like, when I was a kid, I was really into anything geologic. And so the fact that there were all these volcanoes in southern Utah and no one ever told me.
Yeah.
It's like, felt like a betrayal. I moved down there and I was like, what do you mean? What do you mean there's still a volcano there?
Yeah.
Like, what is that scary looking mountain? It's like, oh, it erupted like somewhere between 1,000 and 10,000 years ago. So like, in terms of Earth history, like not long ago at all, there were people here, like everything. And I was like, what?
Yeah, it's crazy. You can still see whatever that rock is called, just the black rocks from it everywhere.
Yeah.
That don't match anywhere else.
No, and you go there and you can kind of get a sense. It's like, oh, there's the cone where it erupted, and then this is the flow.
Yeah.
And like it comes down and then it creates, there's a lake called Navajo Lake, which is up the canyon from us. And that lake is created from the lava flow because it blocked off the river. And so that's why there's a lake there. Anyway, super fascinating to me. Nothing to do with the Final Fantasy trading card game,
sadly.
Except for us being just part of this planet's history, including this card game.
That's right, yeah. The lava flow cut off a Japanese man's travels as well, and he was then prompted to create Final Fantasy 2,000 years ago.
So the Final Fantasy trading card game, we saw it coming out and we were like, I guess we'll have to play that someday, but that was about the extent of our thoughts on it.
Yeah, I guess I kind of wish we would have like tried to get into it. But the hard thing about these card games, like they're not even Magic, like the biggest one, right? It's not that popular. Like you don't know that many people that play Magic.
No, not out of high school, no.
Yeah. Like you got the Magic table, the BO table in high school, right? And everyone's trading and playing and just being generally gross. And that was the cool thing. But after that, like no one even plays the biggest card game that I know. I know a few people that play it, but like, I don't know. So like, I think it would have been a cool thing if we would have got it when it was first started and then just kind of played it periodically as we went along. But I don't know if we would have done that is the thing. Like,
no.
'cause they're so expensive. Like you got to buy the booster packs. You got to buy all the decks.
Okay, here's the thing. These trading card games seemed expensive when we were 19,
Yeah.
just getting out of high school, just getting our first jobs. Now they're not.
Oh, really?
Like now it's like, oh, I pay $4 for this thing. It's like, yeah, sure. Why not? It's $4. I'll buy a candy bar later. It'll cost the same amount. I might as well buy a pack of cards.
Yeah. Maybe it's just that perception of how like crazy it was when I was in high school.
Yeah,
to
it
buy
seemed.
it.
I mean, if you wanted good cards, you either bought like a bunch of booster packs. And so I guess maybe a little bit of history with card games. Like, what was your history with trading card games? Did you play them at all?
Yeah, when I was a little kid, I loved to collect Pokemon, but I was mostly into collecting it. I didn't really think the game itself was that fun. So I didn't really battle, but I would try to collect all the cards, and I had the little pages that I would save them in and stuff like that. And then
Booklets.
Yeah, the little booklets. And then in high school, maybe junior high, maybe even middle school, I don't know. I started playing Yu-Gi-Oh! And I got really into Yu-Gi-Oh! Like kind of a lot for the last like few years of high school. And that was the one that I probably liked the most because Magic was kind of post-high school. And so then it was kind of harder to find people that would play. Or you'd have Caleb Craig, who's like a freak at Magic. And he would have these cards. There was one card, I can't remember what it would do, but it was like unblockable, unkillable, like, and I told him, like, if you play with that again, I'm not going to play with you anymore. I was like, that's just too bullshit, man. And so I feel like Magic, it's weird because the older the cards are in Magic, the more bullshit they are.
Yeah.
And I worked at Big Five for a little while, and they had, for some reason, they just had like Magic booster packs.
Oh yeah, here's your nip cream. Here's your baseball gloves.
Yeah.
Here's your free weights. Here's your bicycling equipment. Everything sports plus the sport of Magic.
Yeah, and they had these old ass packs of Magic. Like there was like 20 of them in there.
I forgot you worked at Big Five for like 5 days, right?
Yeah, yeah. It was awesome. Like for the month that I was there, yeah. And like,
but didn't they pay you like nothing?
Oh, dude, it was like, yeah, it was like fucking $8 an hour or some shit. And I just got off of like making like 15 something. Which in 2013 was like amazing.
Yeah, that's pretty good in 2013.
But yeah, I just went peasant mode. It was like 2 blocks from my house though, so it was easy. But yeah, they had like a bunch of old ass like just packs. It wasn't even booster pack. It was just like a quadruple sized booster pack of Magic cards, and like some of those fucking cards were like, it would be like send 2 enemy creatures to the graveyard and 3 mana of any type. And I'm like, God damn, dude. Like, holy shit. These old ones weren't playing, man. It's like, oh, your guys are all dead and I can summon whatever I want. So like the older ones were even more bullshit. But then I started like kind of thinking like maybe I want to get into this again. And then I started looking at the rules and all that, and they like start phasing out older cards. So you have to kind of keep up on it.
Yeah.
And I was like,
start banning cards when you're in the official tournaments. Of course, if you're playing them at home,
yeah,
it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I know. It doesn't matter, but I always am like, well, I don't want to play it different. It's as if I got to play for keeps, like, not just for fun.
Yeah.
And so I just kind of, that and the cost of it, I would buy a bunch of booster packs, and like a bunch of them would be like a waste, like a bunch of duplicates or mana cards. Yeah. And I just was like, I don't know if I want to do this. Like, it's going to be a lot, and I'm probably going to suck forever.
This is legal gambling.
Yeah.
Buy a pack, it might be worth $100. It might be worth nothing.
Yeah, exactly. And so I just kind of stopped doing it because no one really did it except for Craig, but he was too powerful. And
he's too powerful. I gave him all my Magic cards.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, when I was like, I'm never going to play this again.
I think I gave him... Oh, no, I gave Alex's brother all of mine, I think. I gave him, like, it was a big fucking box of cards. And I was like, I'm done, man. Yeah. So that's kind of how it went for me. I really liked Yu-Gi-Oh! The most. I thought it was really fun because I would build, like, really small decks. And what was that card that I really loved? It was, like, something magician.
Black Magician?
No. it had something to do. It was like a really cheap card with like decent attack, and I could like draw another card or something. There was.
I don't know. It's been too long.
It was vindictive something, I think, or some kind of one of those words.
Okay.
Vindictive magician, I think is what it was. I had like 4
you.
of those. There was another card that was like a copy of that, and I like started harvesting, finding those. And so I would just have like really quick decks that would do smaller damage, but I could get my cards out real fast.
My favorite deck when I was in the middle of my Yu-Gi-Oh phase was a burn deck. So it was like every card had to do with like drawing more cards and then doing direct damage to someone's life points instead of like battling creatures. But it had to work perfectly, or else it was like the game was over. The other person would win.
Yeah.
It was a really like, but it was like more on the budget side when I was looking for like good budget Yu-Gi-Oh decks, because I didn't want to buy $1 million worth of cards.
Yeah.
When I was working at Domino's or whatever, it's like that was kind of the way to go. I played Magic a couple times because usually the people who play Yu-Gi-Oh played some Magic. But Yu-Gi-Oh was definitely the bigger game. And I think it eventually did actually sell more than Magic, which is crazy because it's so much newer.
Yeah, Magic is way old. It's like 80s.
Yeah, and I think what was more fun about Yu-Gi-Oh is how fast the game was.
Yeah.
But I think it was also, and we're talking Yu-Gi-Oh 10 years after, no, maybe a little less than that. No, like 5 years after its kind of cartoon heyday, like the card game kept going past the popularity of Yu-Gi-Oh, the series in the States. So, with that, like, there was just a good period of time where Yu-Gi-Oh was like easy enough to get into and still like more complex, faster, in my opinion, a lot more fun than Magic, because Magic's a slower game.
Yeah.
And then you'd play like, when you're at a Yu-Gi-Oh tournament, at least locally here, it was like you would do 2 out of 3. You wouldn't do just one fight with a person.
Yeah.
It would be long enough that you would do 2 out of 3 games with someone when you're in a tournament. And yeah, me and my friends, Caleb Craig was one of the people we played with a lot. There was a guy named Andrew that we played with a lot, and of course Dylan, who was kind of like the main guy with all that stuff. He had Pokemon cards, Digimon cards, Magic cards. He eventually sold all his stuff for like thousands of dollars. He had just kept it forever, which is crazy to me. But he was really good, and he would invest in the cards and stuff like that. For whatever reason, there was something that happened. He had like money coming to him every month from the government, and he would just spend that on cards. Oh man, dude, I always felt like I was kind of jealous, I guess, of my friends growing up, because Caleb Craig also like got in a car wreck and got thousands of dollars.
Yeah, dude.
And I'm just this teenage kid where nothing bad ever happened to me, really. And so I never got a big payout of money. But
yeah.
of course now I'm looking back, I'm like, nah, I wouldn't want to trade that. But
I mean, Caleb there's no evidence of that accident at all, as far as I could tell. His bottom of his,
he's got a scar on his
like
chin.
his chin. Yeah, it might be fucked up.
Yeah, it's not fucked up, but there's a scar there.
Yeah, I was pretty jealous too, because I was like already working like full time, and I'm like, this lucky bitch, like he doesn't wear his seatbelt, he goes through a fucking window, and he gets thousands of dollars. Like, what the fuck? He's got a nice brand new PS3. I got this shitty old clunker.
He got the PS3 and a TV.
Yeah, and like a badass
loaned
TV.
money to his dad.
Yeah, dude. He was loaded for like ever after that shit.
Oh, man.
And that was like right at the end of high school for him. So it was like amazing. And I'm just out there just working like a fucking loser.
Well, my parents wouldn't let me work. So
yeah,
I was just like at their mercy.
I think I was a year ahead of you guys, and I graduated like 7 months early. I just got my GED. So I was able to start working a little faster, but then I was just jealous of everybody. They're like, oh, it's summer break. And I'm like, oh, man. Yeah, is it? Like, it's the same. Every week is the same for me now. You guys get one more year of...
Every day is exactly the same.
Yeah, exactly. You guys got one more year of awesome high school, and I'm just fucked for another year.
Oh, man. High school was not fun for me. So
Yeah.
I wanted to drop out of school so many times. But there was like a time when I was like really trying to drop out of school and just fighting with my parents all the time about it. I wanted to be a musician.
Yeah.
And honestly, there's a part of me that's like, kind of wish they had let me do that.
All things considered.
Yeah, all things considered, like, yeah, I would have taught different lessons, I think. I don't know where I'd be now. I don't know what it would have changed, but I don't think staying in high school
really did
outside
that
of like having a girlfriend that I almost thankfully didn't get married to, but I almost married, outside of like getting that girlfriend that could have ruined my life.
Yeah.
High school wasn't in it for like everything was after school. Like, man, sometimes I talk to like my nieces or like some like neighbor's kid or something like that, and they love school. And I'm like, what fucking world was I in?
Yeah.
I hated school, and every kid I knew hated school.
Dude, yeah, for like 4 months, I would only go to metals class and then just leave. Like, I would go to metals, I would do some welding, I would make like a ring for the day, and then I would just fucking walk home.
Yeah.
Or walk to Jake's house and skip the rest of school. Play Final Fantasy.
That's funny.
But yeah, it was like every fucking day, man. And then my silk screening teacher guilt tripped me into like going back, and my grandpa found out, and then I had to go back. But then he would pay me, so he gave me like an allowance for attending and doing well enough, and I'm like, oh fuck. So then I started like actually doing it.
Wow. You just needed
Just needed money.
just needed an award.
Yeah, just give me something here, man, for showing up.
Dude, I still hate school, actually. I don't. Yeah.
I want to go back, but I would like fuck around. So like I need to find a way to like
Working at the school is the only way to do that.
I gotta like clean toilets for like 5 hours a week or some shit.
My friend works at USC, which is a University of Spoiled Children, is what the nickname is. I used to live by USC, if you guys listen to old episodes.
Yeah.
And he's in like, well, I probably shouldn't dox him, but he, he's working in some sort of department where he was just able to get a job because he had a skill there, and he would like kind of tutor students in this thing. And eventually they're like, do you want to teach? You could teach this. Like, and then they gave him a teaching post. He doesn't have a master's degree.
Oh, wow.
But they're letting him teach. And it pisses me off so much because I'm like, I could teach film, but I have to go back and get a fucking master's degree to do that. So I have to go spend $40,000 so that I can make $40,000 a year.
Yeah.
Working or teaching film. It's like, I love talking to film school students. Like, that's a lot of fun for me. I feel like I have something to offer them because like I've made movies on like no budget, which is exactly what they're going to be making as soon as they leave. I've now worked in marketing, content creation, all these things, but I have to have a fucking master's, like, to teach at a college, even though my professional experience is now much more than most film school teachers, most of what they have. So most of them got a master's degree, didn't do anything with it, and are teaching film. So
yeah, that's ridiculous. I think it would be cool to teach a class on like, I don't know, like podcasting. Here's what you do.
we should write a book.
Yeah,
on podcasting.
Don't ask.
No one's ever done that
too
before.
soon. Yeah, no one's ever done that. Yeah, I don't know. I think it'd be cool, but I just don't have anything to offer, so obviously I can't.
Anyway, back to the card game.
Yeah.
Used to play the card game at lunch, like Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah. Just eat your lunch as fast as you can, and then go sit at the table
I didn't eat lunch, so that was
with the degenerates.
that was my thing. I never got the because you had to, like, at Springville High School, you had to, if you made no money, like, or if your parents made no money, see, I made no money. If your parents were of a certain economic class, then you'd get free food for lunch, but otherwise they had to, like, pay for it, or you had a home lunch. But my mom never wanted to make the home lunch, nor did I ever want to make the home lunch, so just never had lunch at school, like, barely ever. Which probably is why I was only 40 pounds overweight, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I had pizza like every day for years.
Yeah, that horrible pizza.
Yeah, it was
rubber
like $5 pizza.
Yeah, so I have eaten some of it, but it wasn't like an everyday thing.
The pizza, the 2 rolls, and then the little cup of Jell-O with the little floof of non-dairy. Yeah, non-dairy fucking whipping cream.
Oh, man, bringing me back.
You can't tell which one tastes more like chemical, the fucking Jell-O or the fucking whatever the whipped cream is.
Yeah. Dude, there was like 2 years in there where we were going to like Game Den and paying $5 to get into the tournament. And
did you ever win any?
No, I never won a tournament. No, I never had the cards for that or the brain for that. Like, that never happened. But I did win. Gosh, one time I won a mat. You know, you get the game mats. They're like these, like, they're like big. They're like large mouse pads. That's how I would describe them for anybody who would be clueless about this stuff. With like art from the game, the card game, and I won one in a drawing. Nice. And it was pretty fucking cool. And then Dylan won one too. So we both had mats, but Andrew, who went with us, didn't have a mat. And then I, being myself, when we went to play more Yu-Gi-Oh! At Dylan's house, we put our mats down. And then I was like, oh, I'm sorry, Andrew, you can't play. Only people who are worthy to have the mats. Only winners get the mats, you know?
Yeah.
And it was just a joke, but he got pissed, dude. He got pissed, and he's like, real funny. And then he stormed out. He was so mad he didn't get the mat because he wanted that mat so bad. And I just won the drawing. Like, it was
just chance.
By the way, still funny.
Yeah.
I would still do the same shit.
Yeah. Like, oh, sorry, mats only.
Dude, some people can't take shit talking. Like, they can't do it.
Yeah.
Like, if you just do, like, you're playing a game and, like, part of it is to get into the other person's head and, like, fuck around and, like, have fun. And they do it back to you. It's not like it's a one-way thing.
Yeah.
But some people can't handle it. So that was the day I found out Andrew can't handle it.
Yeah, man. He needed his mat.
Yeah, I guess so. But, yeah, there was a couple years in there where we were playing a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh! But we also played, in the seminary room. So this was like a little, like, Mormon church. Is it seminary? Yeah. It was like this Mormon church building that's next to every high school in the state of Utah, which some people find surprising. And then for like 1 hour of the day, you get to go over and do like church learning if you're Mormon. But we would be in that seminary building playing BS. So we wouldn't say bullshit. We would play BS. But that's still funny to me that we would be in seminary with like face cards, which of course was frowned upon because that's gambling cards.
Yeah.
And be playing BS. We played a lot of BS, and then we played phase 10, and we played phase 10 so much we made up new phases to make the game harder. And we went to phase 20, and like that was nuts out.
Yeah, I had that pack of phase 10 of yours for a long time, and phase 20 was rough, man. I think like it wasn't even 20 was pretty bad, but there was like one like 14 or 15 that was like vicious, man. Like I'd be stuck on there forever.
Well, basically we took like whatever was in phase 10 and like doubled.
Yeah, like the last
whatever
one I think is all of one card, but it's like the sequence, the full set, all one color or something.
Yeah.
That one takes a while. But the cool thing is, like, no one is just, you just keep going because everyone's so far in that they all have bullshit phases. So,
yeah,
you know.
But that was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But anyway, we played Yu-Gi-Oh! And I gotta say, this Final Fantasy trading card game doesn't stack up to Yu-Gi-Oh! Personally.
No, yeah, I didn't have as much fun
For the
as
7 rounds we played.
Yeah, the 7 rounds. It's not as good as the card game in 7 Rebirth either.
No.
Not that you could ever fucking fathom playing that like on a like tabletop. That'd be too much for your brain.
No, there needs to, yeah, the automatic bullshit needs to happen with the computer, you know.
Yeah. So it's not to that level either, but as far as card games go, it wasn't bad. I thought it was fun. It was cool seeing the characters and like their supporting abilities. Like the Vossler card I had was like, it would help Ash and kind of helped Ash out like he does in the game. So it was kind of cool that they did that, but I don't know. I just don't think I'm into card games really anymore. I like actual card games like poker and, you know.
Yeah, games for adults.
Yeah, like adult people card games. And I liked blackjack until I was up $400 and then was down $300. Yeah, I could have walked away with the whole hotel and half of the food paid for in Vegas, and in one day I lost $700.
Oh.
Yeah, we were up $400.
I don't gamble, and that's why.
Blackjack is fun, and it was fun when you're winning. God, it's so fun.
They're all fun when you're winning, Caleb. That's the whole point.
But God, and then you realize like the minimum is $20 a hand. Like that's a lot of fucking money to lose in like 30 seconds.
I've thought about, I mean, we last time we were in Vegas, every time we have one of these trips, it's like when I'm broke. Like there's no time where like Joe just got paid.
Yeah.
We're good. It's like always like, maybe I'll put $50 and play a game of poker, but I still haven't actually played poker in Vegas for money. I haven't done it.
It's crazy. It's the same thing. It's like, and I was thinking about it like, fucking dude, the minimums on some of these tables are like $50. Like $50 for one hand? God.
I mean, you have a plate of like a taco in Vegas on the strip costs about that much. So
yeah.
You know, all things considered.
Yeah, what do you want? Food or a hand of poker? It's just such an insult when like you get a garbage hand and it's like, well, that just threw my money away. I might as well have lit it on fire and like walk down the hallway until it just fizzled away.
Vegas is so weird economically because it's like literally cheaper to live there than where I'm at. But then you go down there and you're like, why does this restaurant cost $1 million? Like, but it's like there's just like the touristy area and everything is insanely expensive. And then you drive like 3 blocks and it's like normal. Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy. It's getting old too. Like it's getting like
it's always
kind of run down.
Oh, that's what you mean, run down. I don't think it's ever been nice.
Maybe
I think it's always been like shitty with some lights put on it.
Yeah.
It's like a broken, like a rotting Christmas tree or something like that. Just covered with lights so you don't see the deep, seedy underbelly.
Dude, and the Rio, god damn, I went there because Guy Fieri's like burrito place is in there.
Okay.
And we ate at it. It was okay. It wasn't as good as the other burrito place, either of the
Pink
other.
Taco?
Yeah, Pink Taco was better. And then we went...
That we almost killed ourselves at?
Yeah.
That giant burrito?
Yeah, like 3-pound fucking burrito.
I would never do that now, dude.
I don't know if I could do it now. I don't think so.
I don't think so.
But yeah, there wasn't as good as either of the other two places. But the Rio is such a dump now, dude. It's so bad. Like they've got like machines just piled into certain corners and they got it covered up by like a sheet. And I'm like...
It must have been COVID because I know Vegas had a hard time during COVID, right?
I think so, yeah.
Because like no one could go in, and that's the whole point of Vegas is that you're there.
Yeah.
I've heard that's been difficult, and I've heard like because all the younger generations, we've had like internet porn just freely available to us. Like no one goes to the strip shows anymore. Yeah. So those are all kind of like shutting down. Although I went to one and I had a good time. I saw like 10 pairs of breasts dancing around. That was nice. That was a good time.
I've still never been to one.
Oh, yeah. It's all right.
You'd think out of the two of us, the more degenerate one would have been. But hey, I guess not.
So the Final Fantasy trading card game.
Yeah.
Back on track. Developed by Hobby Japan, published by Square Enix. It had an iteration, which they call the Chapter Series, released in Japan in 2011. But that was never released outside of Japan. And then they created a second one that was worldwide, which is the one that we're playing, which is called the Opus Series. They released that in October 2016. It's for 2 players or more. Takes about 5 minutes to set up, and its playing time is around an hour. I don't think that's true, but that's what it says on Wikipedia. Yeah. You have a deck of 50 cards each, and basically you have different kinds of cards. It's just like every other fucking card game I've ever played. You have you have monster cards, you have summon cards, you have player cards, like human cards or whatever. They're characters in the game.
Yeah.
Or in the games. And
support cards.
Yeah, support. And they each have their own ability, and you have to use like crystal points in the game, and you have to sacrifice certain cards in order to get those crystal points. There's not just crystal point cards like there would be in Magic or Pokemon, where you just have like, oh, this is the type, and now I can summon this. It's like every time you pull it from your hand, you basically have to discard some cards in order to use another card or use an ability.
Yeah, it's kind of like Yu-Gi-Oh, but none of the cards are free.
Yeah.
Like in Yu-Gi-Oh, you'd have to sacrifice cards after like 3 stars or some shit.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that, but like everything you have to sacrifice for.
But it also has like smaller numbers, and the way that attack points and life points, whatever the equivalent that they're called in this game, I can't remember. Those all kind of work like Magic the Gathering, where it's like, you can choose to block. You can choose to let them hit your life points directly. When you do that, you have to discard a card and put it into this zone where once you get 7 cards piled up, you lose the game. So basically, you have 7 life points, but it takes cards away from your deck, or from the field if you have to sacrifice a card or something like that. And then there's nuances in the games with abilities, and it is like Magic where you like flip it to the side after you've attacked, and then on the next turn around you're doled at that point is what it's called in this game, and then you bring it back into its attack phase or whatever. It's like it's in a position where it can both attack and defend if it's face up or it's face forward. So yeah, it's a little bit of Yu-Gi-Oh in there, but I think it's mostly Magic.
Yeah, I think so too. It's more like Magic than anything.
Yeah. But you get Final Fantasy cards. Like Caleb said earlier, he got the FF12, starter pack, and I got the FF13 starter packs. They both start with 50 cards exactly, so you could just get up and play, basically. And we were remarkably well matched. The fact that he won 3 games and I won 4, it's like, oh, at least these 2 packs,
Yeah, fairly balanced.
Fairly balanced.
Yeah.
Fairly balanced. We did have some time, like, getting up, learning the rules and everything like that. But I think we have a handle on the game. I'm sure there's nuances that we missed that if we were to go to like a tournament where they actually play this, I'm sure they'd be like, oh, you can't do that. You got to do this.
Yeah. I mean, we'd probably get annihilated, but
Oh, for sure.
It's like, yeah, well, have you ever seen a pair of tits, huh? I didn't think so. Fuck you.
Did you ever go to Vegas and see a pair of tits?
Yeah.
That you paid money to see?
Yeah. No, you didn't lose her, did you? Yeah. Yeah, so like we're not masters at it, but I kind of got the hang of it by the end.
Yeah, I think so.
It's all right. It's fun.
It's all right.
Yeah.
There you go. That's the review.
Yeah. It's all right.
Yeah, we had a good time. I think it would have been if we had played with more people and more people played this game at all.
Yeah, like I wish it was bigger. And when we did KupoCon, well, last time we did KupoCon, was it even out yet? When was that?
I don't remember.
It's been a while, so it might not have.
No, that was post Final Fantasy 15, so it probably would have been around 2016.
Yeah.
It might not have been out by then. It was October 2016 when the card game came out.
Yeah, it'd be cool to do that, or like any of the times we've met up with people, like listeners.
Yeah,
it would have been cool to play it then, just like periodically. But
yeah, and I can see it kind of work, and I can see how it works. It's not that. It doesn't have that like combo fuck you feel that Yu-Gi-Oh has.
Yeah,
but that's also what makes Yu-Gi-Oh hard to start playing. Now that the game is old and is in its new and like I'm sure 900 cards are banned from the from the lists of cards you can play, but this game is, at least for us, of course we're new at it, slow enough that it like you can kind of get your head wrapped around it, and the numbers are small enough you can kind of get your head wrapped around it. But I don't know, it wasn't world ending. I don't think I'm ever going to play this again, but it would have been cool to if this had come out when I was a teenager and I was super into Final Fantasy. That's all it would have been about.
Yeah, I would have probably
all the characters and stuff.
Yeah, I think this would have been better released at that time because there was more. Like, I don't know if the new generation of players. I don't know, the culmination of our age, where the series was in high school. That would have been like a great time to release this thing. Like 12 would have been out. 13 would have been out as well, I think, because 13 came out in like what, 09?
Yeah,
that's like my senior year was 09.
I mean, that's the peak of the popularity of the series.
Yeah, so that would have been like primo, and we were into cards, and we had played multiple games from the past, so you would have had that build up. You would have had the 2 decks that we just played with.
But that might just be us. I mean, I did go to and I thought I talked about this on the show. I went to the like local, one of the 2 like local card shops in where I'm at, which is a small town in southern Utah, Cedar City. And they actually had like Tuesday nights, I think they said was Final Fantasy night. That never worked out between us and them. Yeah. So we never went over there to try it out. But I'm sure there's like 6 guys in there that meet every Tuesday. But like, you know, it seemed they told me when I was looking around at the packs, and I think I bought my pack. I can't remember the timeline right now. Maybe I did buy these there.
Probably.
I think I did. Then we were like, oh, we play this on Tuesdays or whatever. That would have been a good time to see the people, you know?
Yeah.
Then I'd be like, I have a Final Fantasy podcast.
Yeah, sell it to them.
Sell it to them, that's
Hell
right.
yeah. I forgot to do that at my buddy's wedding yesterday. The chick that played the Theme of Love from 4.
Nice.
I was going to go tell her, but then she left.
It's like, you like podcasts?
Yeah. You know, I've got a little bit of a podcast myself. I talk about them. I don't play the music, but I talk about it.
There you go. So yeah, it seems like it's still going. It's in all the shops. It's in all the game shops. I see it out there.
Yeah,
so
someone's playing it.
Someone's playing it. I think the figures by a year into the game, it had sold like 5.5 million cards or something. $5.5 million worth of cards. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it was 5.5 booster packs. 5.5 million booster packs.
Yeah, 5.5. We bought 2 of them.
Yeah.
We got 40% of the...
Oh, yeah. This ruined Square Enix.
Yeah.
Yeah, so as of Opus 11, which is like the series that it's on, had developed 1,700 different cards. Game sold more than 3.5 booster packs in Japan as of September 2016. So that was the original run. And then from October to July 2017, it sold 5.5 million packs worldwide. So it's probably way more than that now.
Yeah. But obviously not enough for them to discuss it. Maybe they only discuss what they're disappointed in. That's what it seems like with these people.
Oh, the Final Fantasy community?
Yeah, like Square Enix.
Oh,
but
do they only discuss what they're disappointed? I think that is not the like. Yeah, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth seemed like a lot of the reaction on that was how it was too big.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I had a good time playing that game. I thought it was good.
Yeah, I mean, I played it for like 1 million hours.
Yeah. I feel like it's worth the money at that point.
Oh, yeah.
$70 new game. It's hard to justify that.
Yeah. It's easy, though. There's so much to do. We didn't even do it all. Like, neither of us did it all. Even the first playthrough, we're not done. And OG game, 100%ing it, playing it through twice, and doing all the extra stuff was only like 100 hours. This one was 120 for me, and I didn't even finish all the stuff on the first playthrough. It's like crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so people are just lame. You don't have to do the extra stuff if you don't want to.
No, but I enjoyed it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I enjoyed my pack. My Final Fantasy 13 pack.
Yeah.
Noel and Sarah, and then there was another guy that if there was a Final Fantasy 13 card out there, he would give them a bonus or whatever. And then I had cards that would make the other forwards, the attacking player cards, I guess is a way to say that. Like, it would make them flip to the side so they can't defend or whatever. Like, there was a lot of fun stuff in there, I think.
Yeah. There's some cool things you could do.
But it took us maybe like 2 hours to learn how to play it. Which isn't too bad for like a card game that if you get into it, you'll play forever.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's ever going to be me, personally.
No, I just think it's not that time anymore.
No.
There's other stuff I'd rather do.
That time is over.
Yeah.
Now you need to lose real money.
That's right.
On a real game.
Yeah, like blackjack.
Like blackjack. A game that's not of skill whatsoever, like blackjack.
The only skill...
There's some calculating, some chance calculation.
But even then,
game.
it's like they have like 5 decks in one, so even you can't really keep track of anything.
No.
It's too much.
Unless you're a math whiz or whatever.
Yeah.
But even then, it's still stacked against you.
Yeah, so it's a pain in the ass. But I'd rather just stick to poker nights with the boys.
That don't happen?
That never happen, yeah. Haven't happened in years and years.
Poker nights with the boys, just the wrong boys.
Yeah.
They have no patience for poker.
Yeah, once the phones start coming out, then it's like, come on, guys. And then you know it's over.
I mean, I guess if we had done this, if I were to do it again, if I were to go back in time and do poker night again, it would be a no phones rule. Just be like, no phones.
Yeah. Once people start playing music, then it's like, it's over.
No phones, and you have to stick to the end of the game. Like winner take all.
You can't cash out?
No, you can't cash out.
Yeah. I feel like last time we played winner takes all. We played at the park.
Yeah, maybe. When we just had like a bunch of pennies or whatever.
Yeah, I did not win, but...
Yeah.
Yeah, we need one of those. Again, get the cigars, get the beers, and the poker.
I've never had a cigar.
Below $50 each, except for the guy who wins.
I didn't know where you were going with blow.
Yeah. Below each other, like, great old time.
Yeah, the good old days.
Yeah, sucking cock. Those are the great poker nights.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, that was great, man. There was, one with me, I think Craig, my old roommate, my uncle came over, and it was the night before a family reunion, and I was smoking, I think it was those like prime times, those like basically flavored cigarettes.
Yeah. I've sold those when I was at a gas station.
Yeah, they're not very good. They're kind of gross. I think I still have one actually here, but they're not good. They're like a bastardization of whatever flavor they claim to be. But I was smoking those, and I bought a 24 pack of because it was like the cheapest one they had. It was what was that Mexican beer I was talking about earlier that I said I didn't like?
Corona.
Corona, yeah. It was a 24 pack of Corona, and I had 23 of them in one night. And the next day was a family reunion, dude. I was vomiting. Like every once in a while, I would just go back behind the bushes and just fucking vomit. Like,
oh my God, how did you live?
I don't know.
I got sick drinking like 6 Reds once.
Oh, but yeah, it was.
I threw up.
The Reds are so sweet, though. I think that's part of the problem. Like my pancreas,
dude, that's
screams.
one of those. Okay, that's one of those things where it's like, oh, it's sweet. You don't want to mix the sweet with the blood, and it's like, dude, this is alcoholic like bullshit.
I don't know. I don't know if it's that makes you. I just think it makes me feel gross because it's so sugary.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's that. Yeah,
it's like when you eat too many like sweets and you just feel like shit. I think that's what the Reds make you feel like. They're good, but God.
Well, I don't think I've had Reds since we had the drinking game that's like the bonus Patreon episode for this show.
I don't think I have either.
The Advent Children drinking game.
Yeah, that was so bad.
Which, by the way, if you want to die, the Advent Children drinking game is, and you do this with beer, you don't do it with liquor, you will die with liquor.
Oh, yeah, you'll die before the movie's over.
Is that you drink every time something happens in the movie where you would be embarrassed if the opposite sex was in the room.
Yeah. It was a lot, dude. In the beginning, it was like we were cracking those beers like left and right. Like, oh, this one's gone.
Dilly Dallas.
Need another one. Yeah.
There's another one.
I think we had to stop even with beer because we were getting too drunk.
Yeah. I was on the floor. I remember I was on the floor like rolling around, and I think Jake clipped it or something like that because we did it on Twitch.
Yeah. God. It was rough.
Oh, I can't believe we did that.
Yeah.
That's really funny though.
Yeah. Damn. Yeah, that one was hard. But yeah, I think that's probably about the last time I had him too. It was just too much, man.
So speaking of dumb shit to do, I have an idea for a marathon.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Let's see if I could find this fucking thing, because this kind of reminds me of that Advent Children drinking game, but it's gonna be like brutal, dude. Basically, you have okay, I can't find the fucking file, but you basically do a movie marathon and a marathon, and you split it up. You have to run like 2.6 miles, and you have like a time that you have to get back to where you watch a movie, and you have to watch 26.2 hours worth of movies.
Oh my God.
While in between each movie, you will have eventually run 26.2 miles. And so the whole event would take like 32 hours or something like that, with like a 15 mile per hour or 15-minute mile like cutoff times.
Yeah.
And so I was thinking about like,
you'd have to find some kind of like category to make it fit though.
Oh yeah. Well, I was actually, this is a legitimate idea. If anybody out there wants to sponsor this and help me make this happen, you pick a theme, and there's going to be, not only is your time tracked or whatever, it'll be on like the digital time thing that you do when you're on a marathon, where if you run over a thing, it like tracks your time. But you can't go to sleep or else you'll be kicked out. Like you will have like you're forfeit. And you have to run in costume for the theme of the movies. So it was like, so for like the demo one that I kind of wrote together, what I should have been probably doing something more productive. I wrote down like the rules of this thing. It was like space movies. So I would just put that out there as like, so you have to be in this like some sort of costume. But what I was thinking was to make it even worse, each movie gets worse. So you'd start with like a really good movie, and you're just gonna like like you'll start with like 2001: A Space Odyssey or something like, or Star Wars, and then if it's a space movie night, like you're ending with like Plan 9 from Outer Space. Like you're ending with like the worst movies that you could possibly think of.
Yeah. Oh man, a Bond one would be sweet for that.
Oh,
you gotta do it in like full suit, like full tux.
Oh shit!
Yeah. And the last one is fucking, what is it? Die Another Day. The Brosnan one. Like,
but there's gonna be a prize for like the fastest. There was gonna be a prize for free popcorn, and you get like your own bag of popcorn. It'd be like kind of a semi-permanent bag, and you'd get refills, and you'd be counted on those refills. So there'd be a prize for the fastest, but there'd be a prize for the person who ate the most popcorn, which combined with the marathon, I just want you to imagine that. As
Sick.
That's basically the person who threw up the most. And then the last one would be best costume. So there'd be like those prizes.
Damn, that'd be sweet.
No, dude, I came up with this. I'm like, this is the best idea. It's called the movie marathon. So it's just like, just destroy your sleep. It's like a decently hard physical challenge. Although there's going to be some people that's like not going to be anything for them. But then they can't fall asleep during the movies either. Like,
Yeah.
Or else they're forfeit. Like, it would be kind of brutal. I'm thinking about just doing it just to try it in a weekend myself to see like what kind of an experience.
Well, and like what would the logistics of that be? Like where would you set up the shop for the movies?
You would have to go like a warehouse next to a trail or something like that. And so you'd watch the movies on like a big screen. And then you'd have like a path that would be some sort of a loop, like a 2.6 mile loop.
Oh, and then if you don't make it back in time, you're just disqualified.
Yeah. So you have
we're
to
starting the movie at this hour.
You have to have a minimum amount of time.
That's why you said 15-minute.
Yeah.
That's a pretty sick idea. Yeah. It's fucking like.
Let's see if I can make it Final Fantasy themed. Let's see.
You got enough movies for that?
No, you got the TV shows. You got Daddy of Light. You got Unlimited. You got the Final Fantasy Crystal thing. You got.
Oh,
I don't know if you have 26.2 hours worth of content there.
Unlimited's got a lot. That's like 30 minutes each.
Yeah.
What would you end with though? Fucking Kingsglaive.
I'm not sure. Yeah, Kingsglaive is atrocious. So
it's a good one to end on.
There you go.
To start with the crown jewel.
You could do that with a video game tournament too. It's like go run a mile and then come back. We're gonna play like rounds of Halo. Run a mile, come back, play a round of Halo. Like you'd be so exhausted by the end of the night.
Yeah.
Like you'd be like, I don't even give a fuck about this game. Like get me out of here. It would be such a mental tax. I think that would be the hardest part about that thing because you're doing such short runs that if you're in any sort of decent shape at all, I think you'll be okay because you're getting so much rest time between each run.
Yeah.
But I mean, I've heard that there's like a David Goggins challenge, which is like the 4x4. So every 4 hours, do 4 miles for 4 days or something like that. So you or 48 hours, not 4 days.
Oh,
so you're sleep.
Like, fuck.
So you get like little bits of sleep in between, but then you have to go and run another 4 hours or another 4 miles in between every 4 hours. So that's pretty brutal. That was my version of that. So that has nothing to do with the card game because I knew we would not fill time with this fucking card game.
No, absolutely
I enjoyed
not.
myself. I'm glad we played it, but that's about it.
Yeah, same. So if you want to pick it up, feel free. I don't know who you're going to play with.
Pick it up. They're going to be $15 to $20 for the regular starter packs. This one back here says $14.99.
Yeah, and they're not all 12 cards and 13 cards. Like, I've got characters from FF5, FF3.
Yeah,
all kinds of stuff. They just kind of complement each other a little, is all.
I think it's kind of, so the other thing that's like Magic, where it's like you have with Magic, you can have like a card deck that's all of one type, you know?
Yeah.
And this one is kind of the same. It's like all of one type, or with these packs, it's like, 2 types combined, because when you sacrifice certain cards, you get 2 crystal points of that card's type, and if you like, so for the 13 deck, the crystal was like the blue crystal and the red crystal. I don't know if it was water or ice and fire. But if I sacrifice 3 cards from my hand in order to play a card that's worth 6, the card type, at least one of the crystals has to be of that card type, unless it's of a card type. There is a card type out there that's like not. It's like an agnostic card type. I don't remember what it is, but it was never in either of our decks, so we didn't even worry about that one. So that was that was one more thing about it. That it's kind of like Magic. It's like you set up your 2, types, and how they complement or contrast with each other. And that kind of adds another dynamic part of the game, but also when you're creating your own custom deck, I'm sure that's like a huge part of it. I'm sure.
Yeah, I could see it being fun, but just like the other ones were fun back in the day.
Yeah.
Just not something we got time for now.
Did we get anything in Discord about this?
I don't know. Let's take a look.
Yeah, I'm just going to look around here. Alex Ross 92 asks, is the trading card game any good? I was thinking about getting it to play with my fiance and her kids.
I could see that being fun, playing with kids if they're interested in it.
Yeah, they got to be old enough to be able to take the complexity of card games. So it really depends on the kids.
Yeah.
And also, I think anything like that, it's like the kid kind of has to be interested in it, or else it's like not gonna. You can't force the kid to be interested in what you're interested in, right? I mean, you tell me. You're the dad here.
I mean, pretty much. Luckily for me, the youngest ones are really into space and dinosaurs, so like I'm already into that shit.
That's not too hard of a stretch.
Yeah, like Elijah, like every like week he wants to go to the Dino Museum. Like, and that really just means anywhere that has dinos.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. I mean, and like with Jace, the oldest one, I don't really make him play stuff. He just wants to play Fortnite all the time. But like when we were moving from my old house, we had all I had was my tube TV. Because I had everything packed. I ended up unpacking because we didn't move as quickly as we thought we were going to. But I had the tube TV and the PS2, and I had 007 Nightfire. I borrowed a copy from Jake, and we were playing that like mad.
Oh, nice.
He was really into that, and that's like a 20-year-old
yeah.
game. Yeah, it's still sweet.
That's good.
So it depends, and that's also because he's into the Bond movies, because him and I watch them together. And it's a pretty fun game.
Yeah, so it might go over better if it's just you and your fiance playing. And then,
yeah, unless
and then
the kids
they go, I want to play too, or something like that.
Yeah, unless the kids are into Final Fantasy and card games.
Yeah, then you're probably going to have a better time with that. I'm just guessing. I don't know. Alex Ross 92, maybe you've already tried it. Let us know how it went. And then Aldwin Ryder says, the really weird niche part of the franchise you guys have gone just to check out. What the really weird and niche parts of the franchise you guys have gone to just check it out has been extremely amusing to watch over all these years. And that was in response to just me saying that we were playing the card game.
Yeah. I mean, it has taken us to very strange places.
Yep. So that's it. Not much on the card game. I know we had a listener in one of the invites that was like really into it.
Yeah. There was a guy who was a fan.
Yeah.
But
I don't know if they still are.
Yeah. Who knows? Maybe they've been burned.
Maybe.
Lost that. They didn't get that pad, that fucking card player pad in their tournaments, and now they're pissed.
Yeah. And someone shoved it in their face.
Yeah. Some
asshole. Yeah. Some fucking dick. All right. Well, I think that's going to be it for this very oddball bonus episode of Ultimate Final Fantasy, the Ultimate Final Fantasy podcast. Guys, we are looking for your reviews for Bravely Default 2, which we are both about 20 hours away from beating, so I would guess that's 2 weeks away.
You think we still have 20 hours in that thing?
55-hour playtime.
Oh my God.
On how long to beat. And for this game, not the other games. The other games I beat faster than the playtimes. This game, I believe that number. Yeah.
Well, I'm doing the card game in that one, so I believe it too.
It's Bravely Default slowified. Yeah. Even with 4 times speed, it's somehow a slow game.
And it's hard compared to those ones.
Dude, it's such a dick game. Anyway, we're looking for your guys' review to bolster our review. And you can send that you can either put that in the Discord in the reviews and questions area, or you can send your review to fffanatics123@gmail.com. That is fffanatics123@gmail.com. Also, we are reviewing the Chocobo Kids book, and we're also reviewing the Final Fantasy VII Remake book, Traces of Two Pasts. So if you've read either of those, please, God, send us reviews for those things as well, because we are also going to do reviews on those. And then we will have read and beaten and watched everything.
Yeah.
Everything that's not like... Well, with books, no adaptations of games that already exist. It has to be like a sequel or a prequel or something.
Yeah, something new.
Yeah, something new. But basically, we've gone through everything in this series.
Yeah, there's only one thing that I know exists, and I won't mention it here. But I don't know if that thing is just a retelling of the story that the game already has. But it came with something that I have. And I haven't actually read it because I don't actually care, but
What are you fucking saying right now?
I'm not going to say it here because I don't want it to be invoked and be required. I'll tell you in 5 minutes.
Okay. Well, if you guys can guess what that is.
Yeah. Good luck.
Yeah, I guess good luck. All right. We'll see you guys next time.
Till then, enjoy the